Hey everybody, this is Corey with Stafford's EDC and welcome back to Slipjoint Sunday. Today we're taking a look at yet another Rosecraft knife. This is the Rosecraft Blades Nolichucky Jack. This is the RCT-011. This is based on a really old IXL pattern, which is traditional Sheffield England folding knife making. This has a 3-inch D2 blade with a nice heavy swedge at the top. Beautiful spear point type of blade here. You have the fluted bolsters, and then you have moss brown bone. It's kind of got a green tinge to it. Hopefully it's coming through in the camera. I thought this was like a moss green, but they're calling it moss brown, which is an interesting choice. It's 4 inches closed, 7 inches overall, and weighs 3 ounces. These are $61.99 when in stock. As of filming, they are out of stock, but they said they should have more probably within a couple days of me filming this. I'm filming this right at the end of April. It says more in stock next month, and these did release in April. This is not very pinchable. If you're someone who doesn't like to use nail nicks, you are not going to like this knife. You have to use this long pull to get it open, or you have to do, I don't know what to even call this, but I will do this sometimes. You can see I pinched it open. I'm kind of using the rough side of my finger to get into that nail nick, and then pinching with my thumb on the other side. It's not something that I don't think anyone and everyone could do, so you're gonna have to use the nail nick if you want to open this, or you can put in like an easy open notch yourself. If you have a Dremel or something similar, you could do that. But nevertheless, this is a really nice example from Rosecraft Blades. It was actually the first Rosecraft that I bought. It is the most recent release as well, which is kind of funny. I happened to get 2 of them in on pass around and then buy one on the secondary just last week that came in yesterday. And I was really impressed by it, so much that I bought one on the secondary, and I just so happened to be really happy with the ones I got on pass around as well. As I said, these are D2. They have great half stops, great walk and talk, and the overall fit and finish is really good. Now this one has some spots where it's not quite flush. Like I can feel the bolsters from going across this way, but it's just a little bit. That spring is probably just ground down too much, slightly. In the half stop position, it's a little bit more pronounced. You can see just there's a little bit of spring sticking out. And then in the closed position, it's the same as well. So the timing is actually really good on this. The timing referring to how far the spring moves and where it stops. When the knife is in the closed, half stop, and open position, it's all the same, I would say. Maybe it's slightly off in the open position, but they're all pretty consistent. They have just that little bit of recession to it, which is fine with me. It's really nice when it's all completely flush, but it's really close, and for 60 bucks, it's not going to bother me too much. Centering is really good on this. You can see some darkening around the pins. I can't remember if I had that when I bought, if it was there when I bought it, or if oil has made its way down and in between the covers and whatnot from oiling this up, because this one was a little bit sluggish on the walk and talk. Not that it was not opening, but you can kind of see how this pops open. It's not a super loud snap. Definitely the least snappy of all the Rosecrafts that I've had. The spring is nice and strong. Spring is probably like a 6 for a pull, but the least snappy for sure. See how close I have to get for this to jump to the half stop. And the same to get it closed here. Has to make its way pretty far before it closes itself. So overall, you know, a really nice, neat offering, a super cool pattern coming from Rosecraft. I did end up selling this guy just recently, by the way, only because I got the Beaver Creek Barlow in, and I like it a little bit more. And I'm not working at the moment, so it's nice to have a little bit of extra money coming back in. You know, pay for a little bit of groceries or whatnot. But nonetheless, this is a nice one. I really like what they're doing over at Rosecraft. I'm super pleased with it. It doesn't feel like Rough Rider or Case, where you're buying a knife and giving it a chance and hoping you get a good one. Like, they've all been good. Like I said, this one of them all has had the weakest snap, but it's got a good pull, a solid half stop, and the ergos are really good, and I like the pattern overall. So what I'm complaining about is something very small in the grand scheme of things. ultimately, I'm really happy with what they're doing over at Rosecraft, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about what Rosecraft has done so far down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to wrap this one up here. Appreciate any feedback and comments down below. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.